So most days I have about 5 minutes and not a lot of patience. However, I still want to look fresh, healthy, and vaguely alive. So this is the makeup that I've been wearing on repeat. It's not complicated makeup, it's forgiving makeup, which becomes far more important as I get older. Because I'm not trying to look perfect, but I've also never been someone who actually enjoys spending a lot of time doing makeup, even when I was younger. So I just want the subtle benefits of makeup. You know, even out the tone a little, add a bit of glow, just to make me look fresher and healthier than I probably am. Now I want it to be easy and fast, and very difficult to mess up. The biggest difference in makeup starts before makeup because mature skin really rewards prep. If my skin is dehydrated, everything looks worse. The texture looks worse, the lines look worse, foundation just sits badly. Everything becomes unnecessarily difficult. So I focus more on making my skin look healthy instead of trying to fix things with makeup as I go. Because if the skin looks good, you barely need makeup at all. And personally, that's what I'm going for. So I've already done my full skincare routine, including SPF, of course, and then I generally wait about 10 or 15 minutes before I go in with makeup. Now, if I find if my skin isn't quite as hydrated as I'd like, I need a little bit of an oomph, then I will add a mist. And it will come as no surprise as that I use my Maysama Green Rooibos Hydrating Mist. Just gives you a little pick-me-up. Yeah, much nicer now. Now, the one thing I do every single time I wear makeup now is I add an extra hydration layer under my eyes because this is my problem area. It's prone to dryness and crepiness, and that, my friends, could be the death of makeup. So I like to use a balm, an oil, or an ointment, and right now I am loving this one by RoC. I think it's called the Multi-Correction and Revive Glow Balm. And I just do a few swipes of that underneath my eyes, and I'll tell you, they feel like $1,000,000. It just means that the makeup isn't going to settle into anything that you don't want it settling into. So really we start off with the foundation. Now this has become kind of complicated recently because I was away in the sun. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's like the sun is over here. And when that happens, I'm always so much better at protecting my face than I am my body. So my body has been significantly darker than my face, and none of my foundations match anymore, which is deeply irritating. So lately I've been mixing 2 products together to sort of warm things up. And I accidentally discovered this little combination, and I really like it. So my favorite foundation these days is still the NARS Natural Matte Longwear Foundation. This is the longest wearing foundation I own, and I love the finish. Like, it's not too matte, despite its name. I don't know why they called it that, but it's also not too glowy. It's just this really natural satin finish, which is surprisingly difficult to find. But because it is just too light for me, I have been mixing it with this Sachu Liquid Glow and Stay, I think. So this is quite a bit darker, but it also has this really beautiful sheen to it, which is kind of nice for coming into the spring and summer. So together I get a really good color match plus a little bit of glow, but it's not shiny and it's not greasy. It just looks like healthy tanned skin. Okay, so how I'm doing this is I always put my foundation on a palette, particularly if I'm mixing things. So what I try to do is get as small as pump as you can. Pumps aren't always easy to get out. And I do the same over here. There. That's not a lot of product, folks, right? And then I take a brush and I just take a little bit to get the right color. And because I'm progressively losing my body tan, I'm not having to use as much of the darker color. So I'm finding that I'm using less and less as the days go by. Now my body is still darker than my face, but trust me, it's not nearly as bad as it was. And then when it comes to how much product I'm going to use, it really depends on how my skin is doing. Now my goal is always to use as little product as possible. So if I have a lot of redness, like if I wake up in the morning and my cheeks are super duper red, like the night after I use glycolic acid it might happen, then I need to use a big brush. My favorite foundation brush of all time is the IT Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe brush. This is brilliant. So if I needed to put stuff all over my face, or if my face wasn't tan enough and I'd have to put it all over, I would use this brush. But because my skin isn't looking so bad, it's really just some redness here and a little on the chin, which is pretty standard. I'm going to use this smaller brush. This is by Sonia Kouchak. This is what I use when I'm sort of spot applying. I think it's called the Soft Blending Brush. So what I'm going to do is just mix these a little. I'm taking my foundation and I'm taking a little bit of this stuff and mixing it together. And then I'm really just trying to cover up the redness. and around my nose. It's on the cheeks. I don't have a lot of discoloration under my eyes, so I'm just going to use this under it. I'm not even going to go in with a separate concealer. And I'm also going to use this as sort of a foundation on the eyes, an eye primer, because my skin's looking pretty good at the minute. Definitely need to cover a bit of redness here, but that's almost it. You know, I do have a scar here from a car accident I don't worry too much about. Same on my nose. I've got a lot of scarring. Meh. I'm not trying to cover everything up. I'm just trying to even things out. You can see my age spot here. Not that bothered. It's definitely the center of the face. I don't even think I'm going to do much up here. I always have redness around the nose. I guess so many of us do at this stage, don't we? Look how much I have left on there. I barely used any makeup, guys. Okay, I do have a tip that I kind of forgot about. I'm going to try to go back in and fix it. Generally, before I finish applying, about halfway through applying foundation, I put on a finishing spray, a setting spray. Now, I'm using the one by Charlotte Tilbury. It's not my favorite. I actually do have a new favorite. I had heard somewhere that if you do it in the middle of your application and then you put the foundation back on top of it, that it works better. And I have a real problem with longevity of makeup, so I'm willing to try anything. I am wrecking the joint. Okay. Now, I generally don't powder, and I don't think I need to powder right now. If I did feel the need to powder, I still wouldn't powder. I would use this product instead. This is my Catrice. It's the Magic Shine Eraser. And what I would generally do is just use a puff, and I would dab this in and I would put it on the spots. I just put it there for effect, but I don't actually have any shininess, so I don't need it. I kind of don't use powder anymore. This is all I use to get rid of the shine, is the Magic Shine Eraser, because it works a treat. Drink break. Okay, so blush is definitely a regular feature, and I am deeply, deeply in love with the new one that I received in PR. This is called the No Makeup Blush and Lip, and this is in the color Peach. Now let me just say, I remember opening this up and going, that doesn't look like peach. This looks like peach. Like, to me, there's a huge difference. However, while I love this, I think I love this color even more. The formulation is amazing, and it came with this brush, super dense brush, and it is superb, absolutely superb. So I tend to put a little bit on the back of my hand so that I don't overdo it with the blush. I tend to overdo it with the blush, so I put it there, and then I go straight onto the face. Ugh. I mean, what? This is so good. The brush is so good. This has become my daily go-to. I wear it every day. I absolutely love it. Now, if you overdo it a little bit, which I'm known to do, I just take a little bit of the foundation. You might not even need any more. And then I just go around the edges to soften it. So it all blends in, and it looks like that color is just coming from within. Oh, the finish is so nice. Look at that. Fab. Then we move on to the eyes, and you guys, I only have 3 products for my eyes. I'm a very low maintenance girl when it comes to my eyes. Now, I've already applied a base, so it just evens everything out, because I can sometimes have a bit of redness or a bit of darkness. So that's already been sorted. So I would either use a foundation or I would use the concealer. Whatever I did under here, I just put on top. You could also use a primer, but it's just another product and I generally wouldn't bother. Now for my eyeshadow, it's actually a bronze stick. This one is by L'Oreal. It's called the Lumi Bronze Stick, and it turned out to be the perfect eyeshadow. Now I am very haphazard here. I'm very unspecific and I have no skills. So I just use my finger like this and I apply it directly to my eye. It's generally focusing on the crease, above the crease, because you can't see my crease because I have hooded eyes now, and sort of the outside of the eye. But I go all over. I'm very non-specific, but I went a little wild there. I'm just trying to give a little dimension and a little bit of color to the area. I mean, it only takes me 5 seconds to do this, guys. It's not perfect. I'm sure there are makeup people that are screaming at the television right now, but you know what? That's okay. Yeah. I do the same thing in every freaking video. You'll never see me experimenting or trying a whole lot of stuff because I don't really want to. I just want to find something that works and that I can do quickly. A little bit of color, make sure it didn't go up here. That I like to leave alone. And that is that. Now, I do like a bit of lightness, right? So I need to get a bit of light back in. I've been using this one from Jones Road. It is the best eyeshadow in the color Champagne. And I use this on my lids. Let me just make sure I don't have anything on my fingers. I go in with my ring finger, literally like this, and then I just dab it kind of in the center into the corner of the eye. And then I dab it right there in the corner because I like that lightness. Sometimes it kind of falls down a little, and that's okay. And then I do the same thing over here. And then I give it a dab in the middle. Sometimes I fix it, sometimes I don't. That'll do. Let's have a drink. And then I go in with mascara. Well, first I go in with my trusty curler. This one is by Rephr, and I love it. I love it above all else. I'm thinking about getting one of those, what do you call them? The perms for your eyelashes that they curl them and they stay up. I think it's supposed to last like 4 to 6 weeks or something. So you don't have to curl them every day. I think I might do that. Let me know if anybody has done that. Leave it in the comments below and let me know whether or not you thought it worked. I'm very curious and I probably will do it. And if I do, I'll bring you with me. Okay, for the mascara, the one that I'm using is by Swede. Pro Lash Lift, I think. Pro Lash Lift. And this is in the color brown. This has been an absolute love. It's got the tiniest, let's see if we can show it close up, the tiniest little wand. Can you see the ridges? I love this mascara. Now, it's obviously time for me to buy a new one because it's starting to get just a little bit clumpy. I think it's probably past its prime date. That's not its fault. That is my fault. I love it. I absolutely love it. Then I go in with the other side, even though I probably have 15 more mascaras sitting over there in the corner. I don't do the bottom lash. I don't know why. The left looks like it has more on it. How did that happen? See, it's tiny, clumpy there. I can see it now. Yeah, I need to buy a new one. I am going to finish with a setting spray. This is the one that has become my new favorite. This is called Face Hack by Freck Beauty. I think this works. I have been dubious, but I think this works. And I think between the Longwear foundation and this as a combination, that's not the right lid, I think it's working. I think that my foundation is lasting longer. Yay. And the very last thing are the lips. I have a new love in my life. Not sure if I've mentioned this before. This is by Violette FR. This is the Bisou Balm. Is that what this is called? The Bisou Balm in Bon Bon Mercial. It's kind of a one and done. Like, I don't line my lips all the time. In fact, I'm doing it less and less. If I don't have a lot of time, I don't have a lot of time. I actually need to take off. I do have a little bit of lip balm on, which I put on when I'm doing my makeup. Take that off. I am obsessed with this. It's great because it's kind of diffused. I'm not a traditional lipstick wearer, but I find that it's quite soft. Now they call it a matte. And I guess maybe it is, but it doesn't feel like it is. It's totally not drying. It is absolutely stunning. It feels incredible. I cannot get enough of this. Now it is 33 euros, but I'm tempted to have one at the office, one in the car, one downstairs, one up here. It's probably going to happen. I don't generally do a lipstick. I always do a lip balm. I just think it's beautiful. It's so soft and diffused. I love it. So what do you think? Now, if I weren't yapping so much, this whole process takes 5 minutes. I am out the door. But the best thing is in about 3 hours, this makeup look somehow is even better. I don't know if it's my skin sort of warming everything up, but I just get this subtle, healthy glow and the makeup is still there. It's lovely. I don't know when you look at the side-by-sides if they actually look that different. Like when I look in my mirror, this is perfect makeup for me. It may not be perfect makeup for ring light and for HD television. But for me, for an everyday look, like you can see my skin, it looks like me but better. So this is perfect for me in real life. We'll see how this comes through for you guys, so I'd love to know. Do you like it? Like there's so much more that I can do, and there are other steps that I do occasionally, but simple is king in my world. So I would love to know, what are your simple makeup staples? Like I'd love to know your ride or die products, the ones that get you through the day. Please leave your comments below. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll see you at the next video. Bye. And if you like this video, YouTube thinks you're gonna like this next one.